He previously served as the General Officer Commanding of the Srinagar-based Chinar Corps. General Pandey appeared on the ANI podcast, episode 210. This episode is centered around the terror attack that happened in Pahalgam yesterday. At the time of filing this episode, 27 people have lost their lives in the terror attacks. The perpetrators are still at large. The Prime Minister, who was in Saudi Arabia yesterday, cut short his official visit and returned back to New Delhi. The Home Minister was in Kashmir last night, visited the site of the attack in Pahalgam this morning. The Cabinet Committee on Security is expected to meet this evening. Thank you for coming on the podcast, General Pandey. I hope, or rather, I had hoped that it would have been under more pleasant circumstances than what we are discussing today. In our earlier podcast with you, we had talked about the possibility of this kind of an attack happening, and you had mentioned that it could, and it's happened now. So I want to ask you a couple of questions. One was that there'll be a whole host of accusations, counter accusations that will happen: intelligence failure, intelligence not adequate, intelligence had been received but not acted upon. These are kind of things which happen after every attack like this, and I think what the forces usually do is let that continue for some time, let that noise happen. There's no point refuting it initially, and then whatever has to be done has to be done. Whatever SOPs have to be changed, revamped, those things happen then. Currently, what do you think are the options before the security forces, and what is happening in our war rooms right now?
Let me start by saying that generally I have seen everything which is possible in this life, right? In terms of operations, death, and peace, fee, stone pelting, and killings, and including what happened to Kashmiri Pandits when the so-called genocide happened, and we don't want to believe it because this time you got video images. 30 years back you didn't have. So when the Kashmir files came about and people were shushing it, burying it, that it should not be shown because it is going to polarize the environment, and it didn't happen. This time, the rest of the country sees it happens, right? A selective brutalization, killing by the name of religion. It has happened somewhere else in the country very recently. You're well aware of it. And this is a system which is not taking root, and it will happen more often. Because
It will happen more
it will
often.
happen more often because it sends a purpose. And the purpose was, in this case, for me, a very clear signal that firstly, stability in Kashmir is not good for us. Don't try it. And in case the Kashmiri population is now going to be saying, flying tricolor and be very happy with the progress they are making, the children are going out, there must be some degree of punishment which should be made. I think it's targeted
Wait 1 second. Let me just clarify. This is a message from those who don't want peace in Kashmir. They will say that peace is not right. This is what you're saying?
Yes, absolutely.
So they will
Because
take any steps to jeopardize any attempts also at normalcy in Kashmir. Normalcy nahi hai. As you said in your earlier podcast also, it's only at the surface level. You never know when that normalcy is disrupted. So the message you are saying, and please tell me that again.
So, the message is to the Kashmiris that peace is not good for you, right? And we are going to hit you the more you celebrate peace which is there, or your attachment or the unity with the country which you are expecting, which was supposed to be done and it's becoming permanent. It is not good for you, and we will not allow you to celebrate that, right? And where am I going to punish? This incident could have taken place anywhere in Jammu and Kashmir, right? Not very tough. Why do you have to come to Pahalgam? Why do you have to pick people and select and strip search and check on the name and identity in terms of religion and do it? Because Pahalgam is the center of tourism. Rest of the country and the world comes here for tourism. Comes to Gulmarg, but majorly to Pahalgam. And why Pahalgam is also the route for your major Amarnath shrine, where the things are going to now start rolling out after about a month or two. You imagine the security situation in the vacation of all the hotel rooms are now getting emptied, and the bookings will get cancelled for some period of time. It is a great signal for Kashmiris. We are going to hit you hard. if you start believing in peace in this environment and start affiliating with the nation of Bharat, or you connect with them.
Okay,
So that
let's
is
go one
one.
by one. Who gave this message? Who do you
Yeah.
think is giving this message? Clear बताइए कौन?
There are three layers, right? One is, uh, time and again people talk of we should hit the militant camps and militant infrastructure. Where is that militant infrastructure? The head of the Hydra is Asif Munir, ISI. The Pak establishment, the top people, are the ones who are actually the terror infrastructure originators, controllers, monitors, and they are the ones who have got the levers to plug. Frankly, you can do this anywhere in the country with few men to carry out, and why not in Kashmir, where there's a possibilities are higher.
So you're laying
Yeah.
the blames fully and squarely with the military jihadi establishment of Pakistan.
Yes, absolutely. So, a lot of people have been now talking that you must carry out attacks, you must shell, we must send out a Uri kind of a surgical strike to militant camps, or carry out a Balakot strike on a militant camp. Militant camps shout, they come about over a period of time, they can be changed location and everything. Who does it? The people who are controlling the entire infrastructure, and that is the Pak Army leadership, the establishment, the ISI, and of course, I totally believe that Asif Munir is behind this, because there are a number of issues in terms of geopolitical and the strategic regional development which have taken place. So, you imagine the Prime Minister goes to Saudi Arabia. The entire Gulf countries are moving towards modernization. They have also realized that the pumping of the money into the radical mind, which was taking place over a period of time, is now coming back to haunt them. So they're all reducing that funding, right? They're trying to control the leverage. They're opening out economy to everybody else. They're getting the women out onto the streets. And therefore, the leverage which Pakistan had with those countries is going out. And then the Prime Minister goes visit, and the kind of reception he's been having, or people have been having, is totally different at a different level scale. The second is, Mr. Vance decides to come here, right? He's not going to Pakistan. What common time can it be the best time to execute an operation, to tell the Europeans and to the Western world and to the Americans, we are still relevant, we are here, friends. Why don't you come to us? Things are not very peaceful in the country. Things are happening wrong in this thing. Who controls the levers? Where is the terrorist head residing? Who's controlling? I think it's very clear that, let's say these visits had happened a couple of days apart, all the stars would have not aligned in this manner. They have aligned this time very, very appropriately to carry out the strike.
Isn't it frightening, sir, that they didn't do the strike anywhere in the border? They've come right up till Pahalgam, and in an open area, very Hamas style. Those guys attacked at the beach, concert chal raha tha. They came, swooped in and did this. Here they come into an open ground where there are hundreds of people, tourists with their children and all. Clearly locals itne nahi honge in that area. It's not the water area in Pahalgam जहाँ पे locals भी आते हैं. This is an open ground. Rappelling चल रही है, horse riding चल रही है. Locals अगर होंगे भी तो they'll be the horse guys or the rappelling जो चलाते हैं वो होंगे locals. Not many locals. It's purely outsiders, which is like outsiders in the sense non-Kashmiris. They choose that. There's one exit point which is a small gate. There's nowhere to run. Tell me about the ops. How have they chosen this? And they exit from there.
So I mentioned
15 minutes, sir.
Yeah. So I said there are three layers working on it. I put one layer onto Asif Munir and his ilk, right? The controllers. Now the third spectrum you're talking of is the local support mechanism which exists. Somebody has given this intelligence, the numbers, timing, location where the security forces have to respond will take nothing less than 20 to 25 minutes or 30 minutes. The area of gateway, the terrain layout, bringing them inside, carrying out this operation, and thereafter ensuring that they melt inside. Who has provided this kind of information? These are the front end operatives of these elements who give these details. So I'm sure somebody in that resort, somebody on that resort, this thing, on the payroll, has given all these issues, including the type of people who are staying there, possibility of serving naval officer, possibility of some other operatives. People are talking of some int operatives being celebrating some holidays and all there. All these things have come with some degree of information to them. So this is a third element. So the timing, the plan, location has been well
You know
scouted.
it because there are mukbis always.
Yeah, yeah.
on ka.
So absolutely, there's a third layer which is there.
And it's always been there. That's not busted.
Yeah, it has got busted to some extent. But if you think that virus of a radical mind can be removed so easily in just about 4 years, this has been 100 years there. And that the Indian mindset, the Bharatiya mindset, thinks कि ओ हो सब ठीक ठाक हो गया 4 साल के अंदर सब सुधर जाएगा. How will it go? You have been brought up on education system of radical mindset. It can be separatist, it can be ideological, it can be religious based. And then there's a second element of this, which is on money, which is on drugs. There is on the conflict economy. So that also plays out. People can sell their souls anywhere in the world for some degree of drugs, money, or radical ideology to let women and children and unarmed people get killed. Please understand, and this is what we as a nation need to learn and understand, not us, the world, that Asif Munir and his gang and his predecessors have picked up stuff from what happens in Hamas and Gaza. So and this is a point I have been telling in other forums also, in my official briefs as well, that whatever happens in Israel, in West Asia, I'll not say Israel, West Asia, Intifada or stone pelting or some sort of revolution, it comes to us after a year or 2 years or 3 years.
That playbook.
Yeah, that playbook. If you look at the stone pelting event, it started somewhere in that time. Intifada movement started. It came to us after about 2-3 months. Suicide bombing started. It came to us after some years. It comes. They learn, they practice that art, and thereafter they apply it on the real playground. Taliban success happened. They pushed in those elements inside our territory after about 2 to 3 years. So this is a transition. They learn and they apply into our territory. Right. This is a norm which is put into place. Right. So that is one part which is there. The second is that which you are mentioning has been always there. The education system which has been perpetuated for a long time, how will it change within 4 years' time? Because the people who have believing on this whole facet continue to live around there, and we have to live with them for some time to come. Right? Manage, control this environment till the time the newer generation comes out, which is actually a sane voice and start taking place in the environment. And the middle rung which I was still left to this thing, are our very own people who are the soft separatists, who actually, that time when you had asked me last time also this question, my worry at that point of time still remained that very quickly when the state government will come or UT government will come, which will be a politically led government, this entire sane voices will go silent. The nationalist voices also play on certain degree of slant because they need to survive. Right? And that started happening. And if you see, very, very responsible MPs, MLAs have been trying to push the present government on issues which they know have got no relevance. But they are
like there was a fashion show.
Yeah.
In Kashmir. And suddenly you had politicians turning around saying this is against the ethos of Kashmir. Ye hamari sensibilities ke khilaf hai. We cannot have this kind. It's a cultural invasion. Just because normalcy, according to your idea of normalcy, you are holding these fashion shows out here. There was a pushback from people जो कश्मीर से निकल के ऐसे फैशन शोज देखने बैंगलोर चले जाते हैं, दुबई चले जाते हैं. That's fine, but they don't want it in Kashmir.
So when it is happening in Saudi Arabia and Dubai and everybody else is okay. And by the way, in Kashmir, till 80s, all these things used to happen. 70s, things used to happen.
Yeah.
They were a very, very modern society.
Sure.
Now suddenly they have to start showing that they are hugely influenced by religion. And oh, by the way, the religion of 70s was taken over by 80s, not by the 90s. And the new norm of hardline religion has now emerged, in which suddenly you'll find a very, very distinguished looking people talking of religious affinity of Kashmiris being different from the rest of the country. I hope you watched the Twitter. I don't want to take the names and all. They are
Yeah,
very,
yeah.
very distinguished so-called political leaders. They are the ones who are thriving on this soft separatist system that we will be with you with the country. But oh, by the way, we are going to keep on influencing the mind of the people like
So
this.
another thing which I want to bring up is that when it comes to say Intel, how they get to know that maybe we still don't have the details, we don't know about it, but just to clarify again, the details about whether they knew that there are serving military personnel out there, whether serving paramilitary personnel out there, whether they knew or they randomly picked this target, we don't know as yet. So that clarification. But what happens is that इसमें कई सारी चीज़ें उभर के आ रही हैं that suppose we give our ID card like a serving army officer or going on a vacation to Pahalgaon, staying at a circuit house, staying at a hotel, gives his ID card, and that guy gets to know, the hotel lobby manager gets to know that there is somebody from the Navy or the Air Force or whatever staying in my hotel. Now, if there is an informer of the terror group who comes there and asks, the sharing of this information could either be because the guy sitting behind the teller is a traitor, one, so he's sharing the information, two, for a few pieces of silver, for a drug packet, for 2000 rupees, might give this information, not realizing the enormity of giving this information. Is both those things could happen, right?
Yes, not could happen.
It happens.
That is how it happens. Why do you think that the guy who's working as a teller is not part of the system there? Right? After all, he's been groomed, trained accordingly, and they've been put into places like this. So where's the dearth of intelligence of what people are moving? Unfortunately, a military professional, an officer or a soldier, is seen in a crowd of thousands of civilians. He walks different, he behaves different, he looks different, right? And therefore his conduct very clearly. Again, now it takes, especially when a peace, and that is why I keep on saying peace, it is peaceful, but there is no peace. So, when you're going there, you are encouraged to hug and meet a common Kashmiri man or a woman and take care and talk to them with open heart. And you say, हाँ हम तो फौजी हैं. And bang, it goes. It is very well known. The moment you are somebody speaking the stuff from the front gate and takes to the room, and he goes and joins for a meal, he's quite clearly distinguished in terms of his clothes, clothing, walk, talk, everything. He's a soldier.
So when those
Right.
4 or 5, we don't know as yet कितने लोग थे at the time of filing this and conducting this interview. We don't know how many people were there among them, how many escaped. We still don't know the numbers. But what you're saying is that when they went out there, they probably could figure out इनमें से फौजी कौन है, इनमें से फौजी कौन नहीं है, इनमें से, but clearly some of the eyewitnesses or some of the family members of those who were killed said that mazhab pooch ke mara. They asked and they knew, they let off the women and children. And with the clear-cut message.
Hold. Please, they have not let off the women and children. Right? That sounds very, very, you are trying to let them
No,
get
with
away.
the idea that insidious
Tell Modi.
idea.
Yeah,
Tell
tell Modi. The issue is when you kill 20 people and nobody witnesses it, who spreads the terror? Dead bodies tell only dead body messages. But when you let the women and children go out, you'll imagine this terror is going to haunt them forever. They are only going to tell other women and other children वहाँ पर क्या हुआ था. And who gets actually affected? The Kashmiris in long term will get affected, and I hope they know it.
So we all get affected by this kind of trauma.
Yeah.
Sitting hundreds of miles away, thousands of miles away also. There are Kashmiri Pandits who are sitting in America today. There are Kashmiri Muslims who are sitting in America today and watching what is happening and getting impacted. There are Indians, forget about Kashmiris, Indians who are not going to see this normally. Here I've been talking about normalcy, and even if I posted pictures on my social media account saying that it's wonderful to go to Lal Chowk and see tourism all around, not see sandbags, I myself am guilty of it because I saw that normalcy as normalcy. I didn't realize that it is a very precarious normalcy.
There is a first point which I have written to tell you that I think I also, as one, am guilty of telling people that tourism, तुम्हें कुछ नहीं होगा. तुम्हें अगर कुछ होगा तो कश्मीरी लोग बचा लेंगे because they will tell कि इनको मत मारो because ये हमारे पेट का मामला है. Right? So they may let everything else happen.
पर जाति मुफाद के लिए नहीं करेंगे.
जाति मुफाद के लिए नहीं करेंगे. Yeah. So they have crossed that line. So what has happened is, what he's saying is that we will always remember this. In fact, I have never been angrier, right? And that picture of the young woman with Juda sitting there,
This picture.
right? This picture is going to possibly haunt me as a military professional who served 10 years in Valley forever, and it should haunt every Kashmiri Muslim or every Kashmiri Hindu or every Kashmiri, whosoever it is, or people from Jammu and Kashmir forever, that this photograph is not true reflection of our country. This is a reflection of a Pakistani mindset. Is a reflection of a different ideology. This is not from our country's ideology, but this is going to haunt me. I hope it haunts all those people who have failed this couple forever.
There were so many honeymooning couples. There were many who were on LTC. There were some who had saved up money because it's a very expensive proposition to enjoy a vacation in Kashmir. People who had come in from Tamil Nadu, Maharashtra, how much it costs an air ticket to go there. Bichare paise jod ke they have gone there. For the, believing in all of us who said that go vacation in Kashmir. Somehow all of us are feeling guilty today कि हमने जान के mislead नहीं किया, पर mislead तो किया ना.
Yes, yeah, बिल्कुल आप सही कह रहे हैं. And while I am not politically oriented, but I hope when you mention Tamil Nadu, people from South and the rest of the country, I hope even the leadership watches this, and the process of divisiveness which they are including, they must know that this...
And it affects everybody, no sir. You've commanded Forge, and there are so many Tamilians also out there.
Yes.
They are seeing their compatriots killed. And it's not, I mean, they're Indians, yes, but kahin to wo bhi chalta hai na.
Yes.
I mean, about those sentiments also come into play. And there's this one video, it just haunts me, that this woman screaming because she saw somebody in military fatigues come, and those men were wearing military fatigues. So when the Indian army came, she's shouting and screaming, "Mere bachcho ko mat haath lagana." And that man says, "Bhai, hum Indian army se hain." But the fear to see a person in fatigues, when it should instill confidence, instilled fear.
Yeah.
How do you... These are tremendous visuals none of us are going to ever forget. And I hope we never forget and forgive.
I hope we don't. That is where, I appreciate the Israelis. We as Indians, we will forget in just about maybe 2 to 3 months' time. I have got so much regard for Israelis that they will never forget what Hamas did for them in that brutal October month, what happened the way it happened, And today somebody is asking me this question. This image is going to resonate with me similar to the image in which that woman was, that young girl, the pickup के अंदर पीछे डाला हुआ है और लोग उसको हाथ लगा रहे हैं. आप बताओ, एक औरत की बॉडी किस जगह, किस मजहब में, किस धर्म में, किस ह्यूमैनिटी के टाइम पे ऐसे होता है कि एक औरत जो है खून से लथपथ है और कोई बुजुर्ग, बच्चा, यूथ उसको प्रोटेक्ट नहीं करता है, लोग उसको टच कर रहे हैं.
Yeah.
That's something which is something
debased.
Which is debased. And this is debasing which Asif Munir and his ilk has taken as a copybook from there and brought to this place. They just picked it up from there.
It's alien to our culture.
It's alien. उन्होंने ये नहीं करा. मतलब the only difference what has happened is that the local Kashmiri people have immediately moved up. They have helped the people out. They have taken them out from the scene. But you imagine अगर यही चीज़ वहाँ हो रही होती कहीं पे, उनकी बॉडी के साथ में क्या होता, लोगों के साथ में क्या होता, औरतों के साथ में क्या होता. So it is very, very alien to our culture. And unfortunate is that they have tried to get this thing to our country, to our culture, to our subcontinent.
So you've done several tours there. Do you think that the Kashmiris also repulsed with what has happened?
I'm sure. I am so sure. But the problem is, not all Kashmiris are repulsed. There is a segment, and time and again I keep on saying, 99.99 जो कश्मीरी मुसलमान है वो अपने आप को शक्ल में शीशे में देख नहीं सकता होगा, औरत, बच्चा, बुजुर्ग. But that 0.01 translates to a significant number. Unfortunately, that 0.1% belongs to an elite class which has been supported by the Indian state. हमने पिछले एटलीस्ट 70-80 साल में जिसने द पर्सन हु स्पिट ऑन द इंडियन स्टेट has been more encouraged by giving more power, more funds and more.
पर वो खत्म हो गया ना सर, गिलानी हो जाए, यासिर मलिक हो जाए.
Don't talk about गिलानी है जाने. They are all terrorists of different type. You look at those people who are, I used to call them as white collar terrorists. They are people of great respect in the society, and all of us want to meet and interact with them. But when they go out and post stuff on the Twitter and on the Instagram and what they talk to their own people is something very, very obnoxious, right? They are the ones who are smiling today. They may say something else on the Twitter. Which politician has today come out and said, Pak-based terrorists have done it? Tell me. Which leadership? I have been monitoring the Twitter. I'm waiting for the young lady and the elder lady and everybody else to come out and say कि मुझे घृणा आती है कि ऐसी चीज़ हमारे देश के अंदर हुई है और ये पाक बेस्ड टेररिस्ट ने करी है. वो तो आज तो समय थोड़ा बदल गया है, उन्होंने टेररिस्ट यूज़ करना शुरू किया है. दिस ईयर दे हैव स्टार्टेड यूजिंग द वर्ड टेररिस्ट बाय द वे. हैव यू नोटिस द ट्रेंड चेंज ओनली दिस ईयर? इससे पहले कि उठाइए आप
गनमैन.
हाँ, गनमैन. एंड एट टाइम्स इवन गनमैन और मिलिटेंट भी नहीं यूज करते थे कि अननोन पीपल, राइट? सो दैट ट्रांजिशन टिल द टाइम आवर लीडरशिप, these leadership by the Kashmiri population are compelled to take a side, right, and not play on soft separatism or this thing. उनसे बातचीत होनी चाहिए. What बातचीत होनी चाहिए? That country needs to be destroyed. Actually.
You're talking about Mr. Dullat, who said this just last week.
Please, something very. He can't be. There can't be a more person who's debasing to his own organization. How can you write all that what you have written and put to shame your entire security establishment by just because you want to sell a book, right? I'm sorry, ma'am. I don't believe in it. You are retired. You came out from a very, very intelligence agency is writing books on intelligence operations. You are setting people to be killed, not only who were serving that point of time, but who were possibly believed, and they stepped out of the comfort zone to support your intelligence operations. How do you write it? I'm going to be trolled by the government agencies and everybody for saying this, but what Mr. Dullat has done is actually shameful. You can't come out and write and release a book on intelligence operations are supposed to be hidden forever.
But there are so many bureaucrats who have headed organizations which dealt with the proxy war and post-retirement became part of the peace process, saying that what they did when they were in service yielded no results, and hence the peace process is something that they want to be part of.
मिता, जिस देश की बुनियाद आपके देश को बर्बाद करने के लिए, जो देश अपने लोगों को मरवा रहा है, आप तो कश्मीर में जाके हिंदुओं को मरवाने की बात कर रहे हैं. वो पाकिस्तानियों को मरवा रहे. The largest number of people who have been killed by the state-supported terrorist organization within their own country. Right? Their popular elected leader is behind the jail, who was supposed to have been elected. Right? The persons who are running terror organizations, of course, they have not turned back on them, some of them, but who fighter jets को उड़ा करके bomb करते हैं अपने लोगों को. I hope you know all that.
Yes.
They shell, right? They carry out firing, they carry out
gunshots killings. On Baloches, yes.
Gunshots on, not only Baloches, in North, in Fatah, you go to Gilgit-Baltistan, they treat their people who are, by the way, Muslims, but they are from Shia, right? तो वो उनके साथ जब करने को तैयार हैं, तो आप और हम, वो आसिफ मुनीर जी खड़े होकर बोलते हैं कि Hindus are totally अलग, they don't look at thousands of years of civilization which we have been part of, and suddenly we become अलग.
The two-nation theory.
Yeah, so when the leadership who's going to rule that country? They are ruling the country, madam. He addresses. Have you seen our chief of army staff addressing प्रवासी भारतीय लोगों के साथ में और उनको जियो स्ट्रेटजी के बारे में
And religion के बारे में.
और रिलीजन के बारे में बात कर रहे हैं?
No, we are different countries. So our army chief or our naval chief or air force chief is not. You can't equate them.
No, not even politicians. Our politicians also don't talk like this.
Yeah.
But you want to be a part of peace process with that kind of a country. That country requires to change its strategic orientation. It cannot happen with talks.
So you said earlier when talking about something else, when you said कि attacking Bawalpur or which is Jaish headquarters or the Uri type or a Balakot type of action is not what is required at this stage. What do you suggest? But Pindi पे तो attack नहीं कर सकते ना?
No.
Then it's jung.
Okay. So
what are the options that probably are being discussed today?
So the point which you have started the question, the entire session was with what is being discussed in the war room. In the war room, and there are options which are, we have anticipated all these. There are options which are there, right? The only challenge which I foresee is that our country is used to 100% success, right? Because when Balakot happened or when surgical strike happened, there were no body bag scheme. So उनको लगता है कि अभी जो गवर्नमेंट है,
we can't stomach
we can't stomach casualty. गलवान हुआ, उनके 40 मर गए, उसके बारे में लोग बात नहीं करना चाहते, but all our political parties and everybody will start talking of 40 deaths which took place in this operation and throw it back to everybody.
But if there's a conflict, then you have to face facts that there can be casualties.
No, can be nahi, madam.
Will be,
right. I am a realist. When you start opening a ceasefire, when you break the ceasefire,
which is also an option,
which is one of the options, which will bound to result casualties not only to soldiers. We are unfortunately in our system, soldiers are not treated the way they have to be treated as valuable assets, but there will be civilian casualties. There are enough people who are in this thing. While we may kill few Pakistani soldiers, but eventually does it affect Asif Munir? वो कंट्री, वो देश, वो एस्टेब्लिशमेंट जो अपने अफसरों की और जवानों की बॉडीज को एक्सेप्ट नहीं करता है. कारगिल भी है, उसके बाद में भी है. अगर आप पंजाबी मर गए तो आपकी फोटोग्राफ आ जाएगी ISPR के अंदर, ठीक है. मगर अगर आप किसी और जगह के हुए और किसी और सो कॉल्ड नॉट सुन्नी बट अदर उसके, तो आपकी फोटोग्राफ नहीं आती, आपका नाम नहीं आता है. Nobody comes to know. So when this incident happened, when this train hijacking took place, how many people died, what happened, there's nobody, it's all on the black channel which we have come to know. So how do you accept that when you'll kill some Pakistani soldiers who are technically not directly involved, the punishment needs to come to those people?
No, let me rewind back. When you're saying that our establishment, our political establishment, and even our civilians, common citizens who are today saying action has to be taken, the government needs to act. If we are talking about a conflict situation, all of us have to face facts that there could be casualties in our forces as well as civilians. So if you want action, be prepared for the fact that action could mean, possibly mean casualties.
No, will mean. Again, I will correct. Will mean. I have enough experience, ma'am. When you fire a shot, please don't expect the enemy not to fire back. It will fire back. There will be casualties. There will be casualties of soldiers. There will be casualties of civilians. And conflict is one thing where so-called escalation control is also on the behavior of the guy against whom you are going. Right? So you look at the example of Ukraine-Russia. You look at the example of Gaza and this thing. And what does Asif Munir want from you? He wants escalation. That is his survival. That is his ticket for 7 years to be in power. That is what the establishment wants. They want relevance. It's like a crying baby all the time requires to be slapped a number of times so that he can cry harder. And he knows the population which is fracturing. The country is fracturing actually. Not only on the economic reasons, but internal fractures are so many right now. Even the hardline Islamists whom they have propagated are behind their tails, right? So when they are being called for accountability, they are looking for war. or a conflict, something to bind their country together.
So the ISI propaganda has already begun on social media to say that Pahalgam, like Pulwama, according to them, is a false flag operation by the Indian Army.
Yeah, but I thought that Lashkar-e-Tauba has already claimed it. And by the way, I think on your channel only, the chief, I believe, has accepted that one of the guys who was killed in an operation was an SSG operative. I believe it happened. So I don't think so. They will continue. We can't do such things. You know, our nature of our country is not designed to kill your own people. And frankly, on these things, ये सब चीज़ें छुपती नहीं हैं, बहुत जल्दी बाहर आती हैं. आप फ्लॉज फ्लैग कर लो, कुछ भी कर लो. कसाब was क्या कहते हैं, was a so-called Indian implant. You know, there was a thing which was being run around. But there are
their
enough
own media ने
trails.
उनको बेनकाब कर दिया था. Dawn came out with the entire story at the back about Kasab.
नो भाई, वो मुशर्रफ जी ने अपना बाद में बोलना शुरू किया, जैसे दुलत बोलते हैं आजकल, कि हमने तो किया है, हमने पाले हैं, हमने इंसर्जेंसी शुरू करी है, हमने टेररिज्म शुरू किया. दे आर वेरी प्राउड ऑफ डूइंग इट. सो दैट प्राइड ऑफ डूइंग व्हाट दे हैव डन टुडे, यस्टरडे इन पहलगाम, 5-6 महीने के बाद में किसी जनरल साहब और किसी मिनिस्टर के मुंह से वो निकलेगा, बिकॉज ही वांट्स टू ओन दैट वी हैव किल्ड हिंदूज इन दिस थिंग, और मोदी कुछ नहीं कर पाया. ये तो यही तो बताना है उन्होंने.
Okay, so suppose in the war room possibilities are being discussed about what kind of operation or how to contain this or what to do next. The Russia war, the Israel-Gaza conflict, these two in the past 2 years, 3 years have shown us that there is no short war. There's no short term. Now there is nothing like ek cheez karke. There will be retaliation, there will be. And what about international pressure? Both these, if you can tell me.
Yeah, so firstly, I'm of firm opinion, not today, for last about 15-20 years, since time I was somewhere in the leadership environment, there's nothing called short war, right? I have said very clearly in all my deliberations. Second is, there's nothing called international pressure. Oh, by the way, international pressure will push you to war, because there's a military-industrial complex which wants to thrive, and that's not in India. It is all abroad. So ये जो इंटरनेशनल ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस की आप बात करते हैं, यही फंडिंग दे रहा है, बिकॉज उसी पैसे से इंटरनेशनल ऑर्गेनाइजेशन चलते हैं, टू यूक्रेन, टू एंश्योर दैट द वॉर इज प्रोलॉन्ग्ड एट द कॉस्ट ऑफ द यूक्रेनियन लाइव्स, राइट? द वॉर इज प्रोलॉन्ग्ड in Israel, Gaza, Hamas conflict at the cost of the Gazans, right? It is not.
So let me play the devil's advocate as a civilian. I ask you then, why should we play into the hands of these warmongers?
So I am very sure that our political dispensation will be smart. Our security people who are talking about it are smarter, and there are much better tools which are short of war which should be used.
So one of the options could be just a small artillery unit.
There can be
or
so
a
many.
hot border.
So this time it will be a newer option, because all these options have been used.
Drones.
Something else will happen.
Okay.
Right, which will be beyond imagination, and trust me, we are also capable of bringing surprise, and I trust our leadership to come up with that surprise for them.
Okay. Let me come back to Pakistan. Do you think this is Asim Munir wanting another term? That's why he's doing it?
So I told you. So everything is in his will. You see, if you don't do anything, it allows him to keep on gloating over it. Dekho, maine kar diya.
But would he take such a big step?
Oh, yes.
Just for...
Yes. He's jailed Imran. He sacked corps commanders who didn't behave on his
within
orders.
his territory.
Yeah.
This is huge.
So he's capable of doing anything. You know, these people are survivors. And they
Who's he
know
going
they
to
will
get support from? China? Bangladesh? Who's he going to get support
Has
from?
China condemned this till now?
Yeah, they have,
Okay,
but
no.
in a restrained manner, but they have. China, the Chinese ambassador in Delhi has. But, I mean, Pakistan also said that theirs was a very odd comment. So this is the Pakistan statement which has come in, where they are expressing regret for the deceased, condolences to the near and dear ones of the deceased, and wish the injured a speedy recovery. nothing about terrorism, nothing about India. They're not talking in terms of regret or condemning terrorism, condemning a terror attack, nothing of that
No,
sort.
there's no word of terror. There
Nowhere.
is nothing where it's terrorist. There is nothing about, they are talking of illegally occupied. So in this moment of grief, this is rubbing salt over wound. In this moment of grief, they've used this
Yeah.
lines to actually rub salt.
Yeah.
They could have just avoided all this.
Yeah.
And simply come out of the statement that it's a matter of distress that a terrorist action has taken place in which people have lost.
Huh.
Yeah.
But instead, their jugular vein, their dukti rag,
Yeah.
they're harping on that. What do you have to say to the fact that they came with body cams on?
So this is, why should I be surprised about it, or why should you be surprised? Because this is technology running. They have to also prove to people, they have to carry these gory images. These gory images, this is not the end of it. They will be now slowly released over the dark web. It will be slowly released in the media, they're saying. It will be slowly released to incite muscular action from the government.
From the
Right.
Pakistani government.
No, from us. Pakistani government ne kyun karna hai? They all want us to do something silly, right? So this is now going to keep on being used in selective manner.
So what
It'll
should we
keep
do?
out.
Should we not share this image? Should we, when these images come, should we blur the image and then run it? Should we not share the image? What should Indians do when they see this?
I feel that the time has come for Indian public to get slightly more acceptable to these ideas, right? That Kashmir files never happened, or what do you call, migration or genocide doesn't happen to our people. What is happening in Bangladesh doesn't happen. People in Afghanistan, there were X number of Hindus who were killed, doesn't happen. So this whole comfort zone which we live in a utopian environment, we should be now exposed to it so our children know that your time is also coming and it will come, right? So that we become much more stronger to accept when we wage a war, when we wage a conflict, when we do something, we are willing to accept body bags when it will come. Otherwise it will not happen. अभी तो सब कुछ नीचे बरी जाता है, चुप जाओ, बताओ मत, अच्छा नहीं लगता है, हमारे बच्चों को क्या पता होगा. So when you don't tell, mind you, these people tell. They show, they practice, they expose everybody. So that mind at the very, very young age is shaped to remain brutal and anti-country over a period of time. So somewhere we have also to harden ourselves. That is how, when you can take a credible, proactive, preemptive actions which may be something akin to what the West does, Americans do, or for that matter, the Israelis have done, or even Saudis have done to certain
The pressure
elements.
on the political establishment in India will be great. That you keep calling yourself a hard state, not making any compromise on national security. Now you have to take action. These are kind of things which you've seen it happening
Yeah.
when you were posted. Tell me the conversations that happened between the civilian leadership and the military and the intel in that room. What happens in such situations?
So look, one thing I must tell you, that the political leadership of all kind at the very, very high level, they are far more mature and they will not get into gangoism, either of the public or of even the security establishment. I may loudly cry on a channel that we must go for war and we must teach them a lesson. They have got a better sense in terms of strategic perspective and the geopolitical arena, and possibly they'll take a decision based on what comes the best for the country, right? They will also allow our military leadership or the security establishment to come out with ideas and options with pros and cons of each level of escalation ladder which can be imposed upon, and thereafter it will be a collective and a cumulative decision which will come about, and it may range from a short-term punitive action, be prepared for a larger deployment and operations, something like in Kargil level or maybe at Parakram level or even beyond. So if the escalation matrix goes up uh, all these things are going to be discussed. And then, of course, there are facets of Balakot or this thing maybe at seas. And I feel that is one place where an option can be exercised similarly onto the land aspect, and thereafter getting onto something which will be covert, unheard, unseen, maybe not celebrated and known, which may hit much more this thing. And
Do you think that one of the reasons why this happened was also because of some of these stories we were hearing, unverified, that there were attempts to get Hafiz Saeed, to get his near and dear ones? Some died, some, nobody knows what happened, but these unidentified gunmen. So it's their attempt to hit back at us for doing that.
no, I don't think so. You see, look, please, Hafiz Saeed and all these people are muzzled. The moment you start accepting that is a response to what is happening to these.
There's a bigger game, you see, feel.
Yeah, how when you come out, आप स्टेप्स देखिए ना यार. आपने किसी को गोली से मारना है, रिवेंज. मगर व्हेन यू आर गोइंग टू टेल समबडी, आप कपड़े उतारिए और आप बताइए कि आप हिंदू हैं कि मुसलमान हैं, एंड देन आई विल किल यू. देन यू लीव वुमन एंड चिल्ड्रन एंड से मोदी को बता दो. These are all other level. These are not revenge for so-called. We still don't know that the so-called unknown gunmen are our guys or whose guys. Who
Yeah,
knows
true,
it?
true.
ठीक है?
Why do you think they said Modi ko batao? Why is Modi a villain? Why not Indian army ko batao? Because traditionally they've always seen the Indian army as the villain. They didn't say Fauj ko batao, Bharat ko batao, Hindustan ko batao, but Modi. Why
Yeah.
Modi?
I would not like to talk about, because it will look I have got a political slant which I don't have.
Sure.
Possibly because Modi represents a very, very muscular element which has come after a long time to our country, which is binding the country, which is taking the country to great progress, which has got leverages all over the world. And he is, along with his, the cabinet has said, I am not going to talk to Pakistanis. They've every time stab in our back. Oh, by the way, I went to Lahore all the way. मगर देखो उन्होंने इसके साथ किया क्या, and hence वो thank you so much. I am not going to pay attention to this element which is around my proximity, and I am going to go over it, and I will continue to engage with the world.
So basically, Modi is
And I will-
fronting a narrative which has made Pakistan inconsequential, and hence
मोदी को बताओ, देखो मैंने कर लिया. The second is also, who thought, I, having served so many times, when I used to tell, as a, this thing, I've never shared this before, when I used to tell कि 370 आप हटाएंगे कुछ नहीं होगा, कश्मीरी जनता आपके साथ होगी. Nobody used to believe. Like, everybody used to smile at it. And in one of the statements, I don't want to take a name, I told that कि आपके अंदर हिम्मत नहीं है कि आप 370 हटा दें. तो आप 35 अल्फा के ऊपर थोड़ा सा करके देखिए, आपको पता चल जाएगा. I have a feeling that the Kashmiri population is not going to react because they understand all this. But I'm also not saying that you take out all your security infrastructure and say, सड़क पे आ जाओ. वो तो आप अभी दिल्ली में कर देंगे तो यहीं पे 1000 लोग की पथराव शुरू हो जाएगा. So, and they did it. This abrogation of 370 and breaking of that barrier to join this piece of territory with the rest of the country in mind and physically. You imagine the railway network has gone through. You imagine all those things are getting hit by deliberate. That tunnel attack which happened, everything which links with the projects which have been taken by this present government is representation of everything which has to be dividing our country. इसलिए उमर अब्दुल्ला को बताने का मज़ा नहीं आएगा, आर्मी को बताने का मज़ा नहीं आएगा. द पर्सन दे हेट द मोस्ट, not only in Pakistan, but anybody in our country or elsewhere who sees the strides of progress which you have made over a period of time. Everybody wants to talk of Modi. Who trolls? Nobody. They either troll Yogi, Amit Shah or Modi. Nobody's trolling anybody else, and sometimes they troll Jaishankar. But nobody wants to troll anybody because it's very, very easy to try and spit up.
What kind of pressure will Umar Abdullah be under right now?
He must be under immense pressure, but the only point is that he's fortunate to keep on saying कि मेरे हाथ में तो security नहीं है. it is with the central leadership. But frankly, as a politician, I think he's hugely responsible. Both the major parties are responsible. Uh, the government of UT, in terms of intelligence network, they may not have the knowledge of what's happening. But the people of these two principal parties, and including Congress and other parties, are on the ground. They would have had the sense, कहाँ पे क्या हो रहा है. And they should, if they don't have it, then possibly they're not worth the salt of being the politicians.
Today, it's political suicide for any parties, not, minus the NC and the PDP. Political suicide for any other party in the country to not rally against Pakistan right now. Call it a terrorist attack. Call it for what it was. But for the NC and PDP, what do you think is going on in the minds of the politicians out there? What line should they be taking? Because they all have links in some manner or the other with some underground people or with Pakistan or with people angry with the Indian state. Kuch to hai, कि सबके पास है, because living in that conflict region, everybody has.
Okay, so I will not say, if you have linkages, you will not sacrifice your political this thing on the linkages. What I feel is that they are playing to a certain section of society which feels that we are unique, right? Because they don't tell that you are unique only in Kashmir, but in the larger landscape of so-called Bharat or India, you are one of the number of unique subsets. Smita Prakash is totally different from DP Pandey because we come from different eating habits, speaking habits and everything else. So you are also one of the microcosms in the larger subcontinental entities. So when you are playing to that gallery, it is very difficult for you to continue to accept and make statements which are aligned to the national consciousness. So you will continue to play on the fringe to remain relevant in Jammu and Kashmir where your vote banks are. And you will continue to talk कि हम धर्म भी थोड़ा सा हमारा अलग है, हमारा रहना तरीका अलग है, हम लोग अलग दिखते हैं, अलग करते हैं, हमारा बोलचाल व्यवहार अलग है. So this is a compulsion on them which they will keep on trying to play. What they don't understand is the day they open their mind and heart and they talk very, very correctly that we are part of this nation. It's not about voting, it's not about flying the flag.
They have a different thing all the time. Ki people of India don't see us as one of them.
No, they see.
They only look at Kashmir as a geographical entity. They don't see us as part of it. तुम्हें ज़मीन से मतलब है, तुम्हें दिलों से मतलब नहीं है. That's what many of them say.
Is that so? Because I see lakhs of Kashmiris working all around the countryside.
Yeah.
Only one incident rakes up their shackles, but all those other lakhs are enjoying fruits and benefits of the progress of our country. The lakhs and lakhs of rupees funds which have been invested, the lives of people who have been invested in this state of security forces, civilians, intelligence operatives, Jammu and Kashmir police, bureaucrat, everybody, the kind of life which has been invested. Is this about Kashmir or is it about Kashmiris? I think that time of talk is gone beyond, much beyond. And I think the present government has surely walked the talk in terms of engaging and meeting the aspirations of the population where they are today. They are far ahead in terms of infrastructure, in terms of education, in terms of medical facilities, the works, right, in the rest of the country.
What would be your message?
इतना ही पैसा उठा करके आप बिहार या कहीं डाल देते तो maybe वो state भी कहीं और लग रहा होता.
Yeah.
What else you require?
In conclusion, what is your message today for the Kashmiris and for Indians? How should we look at firstly to deal with the current trauma of what we have seen and what we have witnessed and what we are looking at the television monitors? It is going to impact on everybody. This kind of news impacts even children. So how should common Indians absorb this and deal with it? How should Kashmiris, how should they be prepared for the future, for the next
Indians,
couple of weeks?
I will just say that photograph which you showed of that young woman with chura, with the dead body of her husband lying next to her, should remain imprinted in our country's mind. All faiths, all caste, everybody. Religion, language, south to north to east, it should remain that people are coming to get you. The moment you neglect this, which you will, I know my countrymen, after about a week or 10 days, this whole brawa will die and they will all blame everybody else and they'll forget. I hope you carry this image. Be like Israelis who carry that image in their heart all the time, because they are going to come and get you. The second is for the Kashmiris. And trust me, I have talked to them. The reason why I was successful was because possibly the Kashmiris played along the mindset which I had. If you feel what has happened is wrong, don't hide, purge. You know the people who are looking at your young men to pick up weapon, identify them, shame them, get them out. You know where the terrorists will be hiding. You need to come out and assist the security forces to neutralize them. The future of the Kashmiri youth can be what is being made in Taliban or in Afghanistan, where the women don't have education. The future of the Kashmiri youth can be what is happening in Pakistan, especially in the frontline districts. When your turn will come, you will be dealt with by these same animals and elements the way they are dealing with their own people. तो अभी भी समय है. आप ये जो टेररिस्ट हैं, जो टेररिस्ट सपोर्टर्स हैं और जो टेररिस्ट नेटवर्क है, आपको पता है, अपने पॉलिटिशियंस को बोलिए that this fringe game of religion, language, difference, बाहर से आए हुए लोगों को मार दिया. नहीं, वो आपके ही देश के लोग थे, हमारा बाहर का और तुम्हारे बाहर का. बिकॉज उधर भी कश्मीर में बाय द वे, साउथ कश्मीर और नॉर्थ कश्मीर, उरी और गुरेज, हर जगह लोग अलग किस्म के लगते हैं, खाना अलग खाते हैं, दिखते भी अलग हैं. So this divisive policy which your certain religious leaders are doing, your political leadership are doing, please expose them and tell them where your destiny lies. And I think if you look more than 1,000 years of our history, Kashmir was always progressive when they were attached to Bharat. And every time they were attached to the West, they have always seen brutality. So this is my message to them. My message is also, I'll take a minute. I wish the Supreme Court judges who pushed for an early election, all those people who are, क्या आते हैं, अमन की आशा, what, that nonsense, they should all be taken in a flight. They should be given 5-star buses. They should go to Pahalgam, to this resort. They should walk for at least 10 to 15 minutes. And they possibly may have some degree of tears which I saw when you were detailing this incident. शायद उनको ये लगे कि उन्होंने गलत डिसीजन लिया था. When the security infrastructure tells you something, don't touch. This is your last bastion. Don't push. थोड़ा सा उनका सुनना चाहिए. Sitting in that, 5-star environment where you're not seen a gunshot fired, and then you come out and start educating the people who are dying for your country, right? You can't understand. जब वो आके बोलता है ना उसके अंदर कोर्ट रूम के अंदर कि जनाब ये थोड़ा सा देख लीजिए, समय नहीं है. They need to, at least those 3-4 people who, I don't know who they were, they must be taken to that place and maybe they will have sleepless night. I really hope they don't sleep well ever after seeing this image. For me, my nights have gone, actually.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. Sorry that we are doing this podcast under such trying times for our country and for Kashmir. Hopefully the message goes down to people who collaborated with these